Welcome to our 2021 virtual Remembrance Day service. We acknowledge we reside on Treaty 6 territory, the ancestral and traditional territory of the Cree, Dene, Blackfoot, Saulteaux, Nakota Sioux, as well as the Métis. We acknowledge the many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit whose footsteps have marked these lands for generations.
Please stand for the playing of our national anthem, O Canada. Please be seated. Today we pause to remember and lament the horrors of war. We remember Canadian soldiers who died in past wars. The First World War, Second World War, Korean War, and Afghanistan War. We remember the young men and also women who never returned home. We remember their families, their friends, and their communities. We grieve with them. We also remember those who were disabled or traumatized. We acknowledge their pain. We also remember all people who suffered the devastation of past wars, both soldiers and civilians. Those who were wounded or disabled, those whose loved ones were killed, those ones who separated from family members, and those who had to flee their homes, who witnessed unimaginable horrors. We remember the suffering of allies and enemies alike. Therefore, we are here to remember, show our respect, and reverence those who have served both past and present.
In the following video, we would like to welcome Mr. Dennis Noble, a local Legion member, to read our local honor roll. Please stand for the honor roll, last post, and moment of silence. Please respect the 2 minutes of silence during this video.
I am pleased to speak to you today on behalf of the Legion in Branch 142. At this time of the year, millions of Canadians like you pay their deep respects to the vets who have fallen in the service of our nation. They also honor those still serving in the Canadian Forces and RCMP, whether they're in areas of conflict, taking part in operations to maintain peace, or serving on humanitarian missions. We remember them individually by wearing a poppy close to our hearts. We remember them collectively on November the 11th, a solemn and a sacred time of remembrance. On that day, tens of thousands of Canadians came together at the National War Memorial in Ottawa for a televised service and wreath-laying ceremony. Many thousands also gathered at cenotaphs and other locations across the nation for services and commemorations organized by local Legion branches. But wherever you are, we will think about the incredible sacrifices made to ensure the freedoms we enjoy today. And although every Remembrance Day is important, this year's ceremony has added significance as we mark the 100th anniversary of the signing of the armistice and the end of the First World War. On the 11th hour, 11th day, and the 11th month, we will be united in silence for 2 minutes, a profound and serene, quiet, will fall over our communities as we pause and remember. Legion members and vets, come to attention. Let us remember in our prayers and during the silence those who in two great wars, Korean peacetime operations, laid down their lives for their country. Their sacrifice should ever inspire us to labor on to the end that those who survive and need our aid be assured of assistance, and the country in which we live and for which they died may ever be worthy of the sacrifice they made. And remembering them, may we ever pray, Lord God of hosts, be with us yet, lest we forget. lest we forget. J. W. Gray, W. Stewart, H. H. Moore, John Sawtell, C. Smith, C. F. Trotchy, G. Addison, W. Campbell, Vic Ainsel, J. McClellan, Gordon Pickle, Jack McLaren, Lewis McLaren, Reuben C. Hoff, A. H. Nicholson, Douglas Jeffrey, John Wells, Arthur Richardson, Reginald Colbridge, Charles DeKirk, Hugh V. Thompson, Robert J. Bryans, Maynard Kennedy, H. Ward, C. M. Wirt, Bar Solomos, George Body, Dwayne Hanson, Alphonse Valerie.
please remain standing for the laying of the wreaths. Mr. Beacott, the teachers. Miss Robb, the SCC. Callie, middle years. Jolene, high school.
Please remain standing. The last line response by all students and staff is, "We will remember them. They shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them."
You may be seated. 2021 marks the 100th year anniversary of the Remembrance Day poppy in Canada. Madame Anne, later known as the Poppy Lady from France, was inspired by John McCrae's In Flanders Fields. She had the idea to distribute the poppy on Armistice Day as a way to raise money for veterans' needs and to remember those who had given their lives during the First World War. Since then, the Legion and its members have upheld this tradition of remembrance.
The Ratushniak Elementary School will now recite the Poppy poem written by the grade 6 class and In Flanders Fields.
With the fresh air, the poppies fair, their spirits don't die where the soldiers lie. We wear this flower to show our power in the fields they grow, where our soldiers fought their foes. We show our love to the soldiers above. They gave us a fresh start, so we wear the poppies on our heart.
The poppies represent the support we will send on the 11th of November, we will remember.
In Flanders Fields, the poppies blow between the crosses, row on row.
Larks are placed in the sky. The larks still bravely singing fly.
Scads heard amid the guns below.
The dead short days ago, we lived, felt dawn, saw the sunset glow.
Loved and were loved, now we lie in Flanders Fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe.
To you from failing hands we throw.
The torch be yours to hold it high.
If ye break faith with us who die.
We shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders Field.
The last line response by all students and staff is, "We will remember them. They were young as we are young. They served, giving freely of themselves. To them we pledge, amid the winds of time, to carry their torch and never forget. We will remember them."
Please welcome Mr. Dawson to read Forget to Remember, a Legion award-winning poem by Taylor Wakeland from Wilkie, Saskatchewan.
I've walked past the cenotaph more times than there are hours in a day. But if you ask me to recite a single name from the monument, I don't think I could say. I simply stroll right by, overlooking the soldiers and their fight. But I preach love and remembrance in the Legion poems I write. Every student stands in perfect and complete silence at the sound of the brass, but we later complain to our friends about missing our favorite class. Instead of giving those men and women our utmost respect, we sit and think about how our morning is slowly being wrecked. On that one special day, we don red poppies proudly on our breast, but when the ceremony is over, we leave them in a drawer for a year-long rest. Along with the flower, we leave our compassion and care, but it will surely return next year, just like the cold November air. At the end of each day, we return home to see our fathers and brothers. We take our freedom and our family for granted, just like so many others. We do not think about those who left their loved ones without saying goodbye, or those who left to fight proudly, not imagining that they would die. While we all want to seem appreciative, empathetic, and polite, we should learn that taking an interest in veterans for only one day is not right. There are 365 days to honor their strength and grit, but it seems as if by November 12th, we want to stop and quit. It is time we look at those who fought with more than our half-hearted admiration, treat them like the heroes they are, the ones that fought for our nation. It is not enough to show recognition and gratitude once a November. It is a shame, but we are slowly beginning to forget to remember.
I would now like to welcome Mr. Beacott forward to pay his remembrance to our fallen veterans.
Staff, students, and the community of Maidstone, welcome to this year's virtual Remembrance Day service. I ask us all to stop and pause and reflect on November 11th. It's a holiday that was put in place to remember. Remember those who gave the ultimate sacrifice for our great country and community. Please stop, pause, and remember on November 11th. It's up to us to keep this great country moving forward, but the past has shaped us today. Thank you for sharing this day with us in remembrance of all of who gave the ultimate sacrifice. Thank you.
That concludes our Remembrance Day ceremony. Thank you to all students, staff, and the Legion for taking part in our Remembrance Day service. A special thanks to our volunteers and our film crew for making this 2021 virtual Remembrance Day ceremony a success.
Please stand while God Save the Queen plays. As the video plays, please continue to remember all the soldiers who have sacrificed their lives for us. Upon completion of the video, please take time for reflection before you move to your third period classes. Thank you.